Well, I did pick the Boston Celtics to win this series. After watching this series for like 5 minutes, I knew the Celtics were in trouble, though. I have to admit to you guys, it's starting to feel like it's the Miami Heat's year to get out of the Eastern Conference. I will say this, though. I will say this. You know, a lot of people talk about the bubble in Orlando, and they say, yo, there's an asterisk by this ring, despite some of the best players in the world showing me that there's not going to be an asterisk by this ring. Meaning Kevin Durant actually was on a Joe Budden podcast the other day, and he was like, yo, man, when we're at a round table 20, 30 years from now, all the great players like Kawhi, LeBron, and all these guys, there might be more respect placed on the championship winner, the person that won the bubble year. Meaning whomever wins it, they might be able to look around and say, yo, this one ring equals like 2 rings in a lot of people's eyes because of just how tough it's been and how isolated these gentlemen have been from a lot of different things that they're accustomed to. And KD ain't even in the bubble. He didn't even have an opportunity to play for this championship, so I respect that. Back to the game at hand, like, the reason why I bring up what KD said is because I feel like Miami, whether we were in a bubble or not, they would have probably been in the same position that they're in right now, right? Like, who could have not saw this? They beat Milwaukee. They were a bad matchup for the Milwaukee Bucks no matter what, bubble or not bubble, right? I think the Milwaukee Bucks would have been in trouble playing the Miami Heat no matter what. They take on the Boston Celtics, a team full of young talent, but just still learning how to close out games, still not mature in that process, in that part of their process. And that's why we get to a game 4 in which the Celtics are down 2-1, looking to tie this thing up at 2. And Miami's looking to take a commanding 3-1 series lead. Let's get into the highlight.
Crazy.
Man, this series, you know, ironically, this series ain't really just been about Jimmy Butler. He had a really good game and one great game, but this is about a team effort, man. This is about a team playing the best basketball of the year right now. They went out and made some moves at the deadline to bring in a Jay Crowder to go get an Andre Iguodala, and it is paying dividends right now for Miami. It's a 2018 game right now, as Dragic's looking and finding the best person to find in this game, going Tyler HERRO. We'll get more into Tyler HERRO in a second. He had 15 first half points. Robert Williams. And by the way, I do think Gordon Hayward has been a positive contribution for Boston. He has stopped the offense from stagnating so much. Boston goes through some stretches where the offense just looks poor at best. I don't know if that's a Brad Stevens thing. I'm assuming he deserves some of the blame because he's got all the talent in the world. But I mean, I'm looking at guys like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and I'm thinking to myself, sometimes I forget how great y'all are doing stretches because the offense looks so bad. Kemba Walker too. As Kemba had a good game though. He gave me 20 points, 5 assists. I like that. Kemba gives me 20 points on 14 shots. I'm fine with that. He did his job to me. Was he great? No. But I got to be fair to Kemba. It's tough to be great when Jason Tatum is on this roster. Tatum's the guy. Tatum's your guy. As HERRO goes glass. Now, I do believe Kemba needs to be the second best player on this Celtics team. To me, it's been Marcus Smart or Jaylen Brown. As Smart goes up top to Jaylen Brown for the deuce. Jaylen Brown had 21 points. Wow, look at Goran Dragic for 3. Plus the foul. He's been incredible in the bubble. This is like Goran Dragic's last hurrah. How old is he? Miami's up 12. Yeah, that's a damn good move. He froze everybody on the court. 60-50. Celtics down 10. And we're at the 6:40 mark in the third quarter. That's Jason Tatum's first bucket, y'all. All right. Now, to be fair, once he got one to drop, they started falling.
6 assists now for Marcus Smart.
It's just a 6-point game here. Boston within striking distance. Dragic over Smart. I mean, yo, I did not expect Dragic to be going at Marcus Smart in this series. I'm sorry, man. That is shocking to me.
But Jimmy Butler.
Gordon Hayward, nice shot here. Right there was, I remember when I was watching the game, right there was the spot when I'm like, uh-oh, Boston's in trouble. But Gordon Hayward drills the three. Then I think he made a nice little play right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, right there. Dig in. Off my pivot. Create space from Tyler HERRO. Fade that thing back. I thought Gordon Hayward was everything Boston needed him to be in this game. You're asking me why the Celtics still lost this game. Tatum got off to a poor start, and I still think their late game execution is poor. And Tyler HERRO was on fire, by the way. But no excuses, because Tyler HERRO can be stopped. You can put bodies on that rookie. Another thing that I'm learning about Boston is outside of Marcus Smart, this is a finesse team, y'all. It's not a gritty team. Jaylen Brown can make a play. He can get gritty in spots. He's not a gritty guy. Tatum's not a gritty guy. Kemba not a gritty guy. Grant Williams, God bless his heart, went to my alma mater, Tennessee. Not a gritty guy. Wanamaker. Fairly gritty. Gordon Hayward, definitely not a gritty guy. Kemba. Tatum. Okay, we got a 1-point game as we go into the fourth. Tatum had 28 in the game, all of them coming in the second half. And I bring up that not a gritty guy. That's important to me, right? Because essentially you're trying to, what Boston is trying to do, if they're not going to lock in and play defense every possession down, is their only way to win is to outscore you, right? Well, Miami's still running better offense than Boston is overall. They got a big fella in the middle that you can run screen and drop downs with, screen and pops with. He's super athletic. He can go get it. Naturally, especially with Jimmy Butler's leadership, they're running better sets. As Iggy makes the pass to Jimmy Butler for the deuce. Kemba Walker for three. It's a 1-point game. With everything I've said, Boston's right where they want to be. But their late game execution is piss poor. Jaylen Brown. Finding Daniel Tice. How about it? Celtics up a point. Jimmy no. Bam Adebayo. Yes. Bam had a weird looking arm injury in this game, man. It was very concerning. Look at this shot, man. You can't put Kemba Walker nowhere on the court. Everywhere he goes, he gets lit up. Everywhere Kemba Walker goes, he gets lit up. Look, Kemba didn't even come over and help, man. You can't. There's nowhere to hide Kemba Walker. That might be the title of this video. There is nowhere to hide Kemba Walker as we play hero ball.
Hands off to Tyler HERRO. They're double teaming.
The pass. Look at him. They find Kemba again. He's on Bam out of. Yo, that's the story of this, man. Yo, Kemba's a little undersized. Now this is just filthy what he did to Marcus Smart here, but that wasn't happening every play down. That's crazy. Miami's up 8. Tyler HERRO 37 points in his basketball game, ladies and gentlemen. He was incredible. Jaylen Brown's gonna answer this three with a three of his own. No, it'll roll on in. 5-point game. I wish we showed some of Boston's bad offense in the fourth quarter. That was a good cut from Marcus Smart. It's a 3-point game.
And they're doubling off Iguodala. He's got to be ready to shoot.
Dragic. Why are they doubling Iguodala?
Clinging to a 5-point lead. Butler spins.
Oh, Butler, come here, give me that. Yes, sir. Damn, it's hurting right now, man. But that's a clutch shot from Jimmy Butler. Jimmy had a good game. This wasn't great. It's good, though. 24 points.
Tatum tries a three.
Tatum, 4-point game.
Butler doubled. Adebayo pass inside. Iguodala back out. Dragic. He's wide open.
I mean, you got these Celtics defenders looking like it ain't my fault.
Jimmy Butler 4 to shoot.
Oh, look at this. Kemba in the post, huh? Easily can make a pass out of the post if you get. Man, Kemba ain't getting it done defensively, man. I don't know about this thing, man. And I love Kemba, and I was very critical of Kyrie Irving.
Jason Tatum.
I got some comments to make about Kemba Walker at some point. As Tatum gets it down to a 6-point game, so off of a bad call, instead of getting Miami the ball, they actually go jump ball it after the Heat challenge it. And check this out. Another bad call is going to lead to the Heat, the Celtics basketball one more game, and it ends up in the hands of Jaylen Brown. It's 16 seconds to go. It's a 3-point game. Jaylen Brown had 21 in this one. All right, we played a foul game.
And I think Miami has to really think.
And I didn't like the foul game because you fouled Tyler Herro, then you fouled Jimmy Butler. With Bam out of Bayou, you got Iguodala on the court. You know, Bam was on the court. I didn't like the foul game. What else? Any other stats we want to read here? Bam 20 and 12. He was great per usual. Dragic 22 points. Not a lot of production from the Miami Heat bench, but you don't need it. Look at that play. Look at that wide receiver-like catch from Jimmy. Forces you to foul him. He's going to actually miss the free throw, right? The second one, which you'll give. Well, that's the second time around. I'm sorry. We had 2 free throw trips here. So we're going to get a quick 2 from Gordon, and now Jimmy Butler's going to get fouled. And now he's going to make 1 of 2, excuse me. And it's 1 point.
2 huge free throws. Perfect from the line tonight.
1.1 on the clock. He'll miss the first and make the second. And it feels like this has happened every game in this series for Boston except game 3. They got to make this long pass. This happened in that Toronto series. These are unbelievable plays if they happen. To me, and I want to talk about that, right? That's so interesting. This is like the 4th time I've seen Boston in this postseason have to try to make that long pass, get it to Tatum or get it to Brown for a miraculous shot. And I do have to call out Brad Stevens in this regard. And I know you got to call timeouts to get into a position to be down 2 or 3 or whatever with less than a few seconds to go. But something's off with the clock management, man. You need 1 timeout in these situations because Boston's just not good enough to make that long home run pass and it end in a score. So I need to see some type of Brad Stevens helping his guys out down the stretch with a timeout or 2 as the Celtics do fall down 3 games to 1. And you know, I don't see anything to believe that Boston has game 6 or game 7. I actually think Denver has shown me that they can win. I wouldn't be surprised if they win against the Lakers tonight. But if Boston loses in 5, to me that's fitting. I would probably say they might go down in 6. Like I said, I picked Boston to win this thing in this series. I'm probably wrong. I'm fine with being wrong. Miami is playing their best ball of the season right now. They're clicking on all cylinders. And pretty much for most teams in the Eastern Conference, they got matchup nightmares all over the court. And, you know, it makes you think, like, what was this team doing in the regular season? They should have won a lot more games. They obviously were in the marathon, not the sprint. But this Miami team, they're going to give a lot of teams nightmares. Now, if Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving were together in Brooklyn, they would have probably got rid of Miami in 5 games. So next year, I don't believe this miraculous run to the finals as long as KD and Kyrie are healthy. I don't believe it happens because KD's a matchup nightmare for everyone on that court, and so is Kyrie, even Jimmy Butler, his best friend. But as of right now, I mean, look down the Eastern Conference. Miami's about to get rid of Indiana, Boston, and Milwaukee. I mean, those are the teams that you'd expect to have some matchup problems, right? Toronto, I mean, like, what else you want? You're telling me you don't believe Miami would have got rid of Toronto? I do. So, I mean, congratulations to Miami. They are 1 game away from their first finals appearance since 2014. And that team had, some guys by the name of Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and you might have heard of his other guy's name is LeBron James. They were on that team. This team is comprised of Jimmy Butler, Andre Iguodala, Jay Crowder, Udonis Haslem, and a bunch of youngins. And they are getting it done. Best of luck and salute to them. I'm out.